It's me, Sasha Denbright, and welcome to episode 22 of the 2024 season of You Call That Targeting. My gosh! We are to the national championship, guys. I mean, all this work that we've done with this podcast, we are nearing the end. And man, and what a special way to end the season with my precious Notre Dame gonna be playing for a national championship. If I recall, Mike, I'm pretty sure you laughed at me when I said Notre Dame would be playing for a national championship.
I did, Sasha, and yeah, I mean, looking back, it was pretty stupid of me to do that.
It was.
Honestly, I'm a little shocked that they are playing for a national championship.
Shouldn't be shocked.
Congratulations to your team, and it's well deserved.
Yeah, it is well deserved, and you shouldn't be shocked, you idiot. My goodness, I cannot believe that you guys, I mean, I'm telling you, when we lost to Northern Illinois, y'all were just laughing it up, and y'all thought it was so funny. And I mentioned in that episode, I said, but we're still going to play for a national championship. And everybody thought I was just joking. But we are the real deal, and I knew it all year. I knew it. I knew we would play for a national championship, and every single one. I can't believe you won Host of the Year, by the way, Mike, because you're nothing but garbage. My goodness, I cannot believe how trash both of these stupid idiot co-hosts that I have on this show. Nothing but pure garbage. My goodness. You don't even believe in Notre Dame, one of the greatest football programs of all time, and you have zero faith. Zero faith in them. You are nothing but pure garbage. My gosh. Well, I'll end my rant there. We'll recap this last week. And Ohio State did like we thought they would, right? I mean, Texas kept it close. And then that strip sack fumble or whatever you want to call it, Ohio State kind of sealed the deal there. My goodness, Ohio State looks pretty unbeatable. But if there's any team that's going to beat them, it's my precious Notre Dame. And y'all better just keep your freaking mouth shut. Because I'm telling you, y'all don't know crap about football. I'm the one that got all the picks right this year. Or not all of them, but I won the points. I know what I'm talking about. I don't even know why I have you guys on my show. This should be just called the Sasha Denbright Show or something. Because y'all are nothing but trash. But anyways, here we are back on ranting about y'all being trash again. Anyways, and then the other game, of course, was Notre Dame, Penn State. Notre Dame wins 27-24. Kicker coming in clutch, man, with the field goal. And that's probably what he's going to do against Ohio State. I don't even know if it'll be a field goal or not. I think we just absolutely whip Ohio State's tits. But anyways, we'll get onto our picks later. I mean, y'all know who I'm going to pick, so it's not much of a shock. It ain't like I'm letting the cat out of the bag. My gosh. Anyways, let's answer some questions. Starting with the first question, it's from my left cheek is different than my right. It says, what do you think about Carson Beck going to Miami for $4 million? He's going to be making more than like 5 NFL quarterbacks. Is his backup going to be threatening his job at Georgia? Yeah, I thought it was weird that he chose to transfer. Probably because he kind of had a garbage year. Even though a lot of people blame it on the wide receivers of Georgia dropping a lot of balls. And they did. They dropped a lot against Notre Dame. I've heard they dropped a lot all year. That he would have had a lot better stats. But he still has some terrible interceptions. I think he's just kind of wanting to do like Bo Nix. And, you know, you had a bad year. You don't want to go into the draft with that bad year. And heck, if you can make millions of dollars and stay in college football and maybe better your draft stock. Because he's going to put up huge numbers at Miami. That offense with Cam Ward was great. Cam Ward was up for the Heisman. They got a pretty easy schedule compared to probably what Georgia's going to be playing. I don't think it was necessarily what the backup at Georgia is going to do. I don't think he was going to take his job. I think it's just he wants to get away from all the mistakes, try to better himself, and put up some huge numbers, which he probably will. But I wish him nothing but the worst. He's nothing but pure garbage. He looks like pure garbage. Him and his stupid girlfriend always making stupid TikTok videos. Can't even focus on football. I hope he throws 37 interceptions with Miami, and I hope they don't even win a game. Nothing but pure garbage. But thanks for your question. Next question is from Franny Farts. She says, hi, Sasha, Earl, and host of the year, Mike. Psh, garbage. Still can't believe it. Anyways, she goes on saying, why are people still arguing over the national championship? I thought the 12-team playoff would fix that issue. I, for one, think this will be a great national championship, and I'm happy with the playoff. Have a good day and stay warm. I'll send you some of my famous chili here soon. Much love, Franny. Thank you, Franny, and looking forward to that world-famous chili. That sounds really good right now. Speaking of chili, this studio is freezing nipples down here. My gosh, it's colder than a witch's titty. I didn't even turn the heater on this time. And, yeah, my feet are pretty much straight ice cubes. But, hey, I'm powering through this podcast because I love my fans. Anyways, she mentioned why are people still arguing about the national championship? Well, I can tell you this. People are arguing about the national championship. People like my dumb idiot crap stepson because they're Notre Dame haters. They cannot stand the fact that Notre Dame is playing for a national championship. And there's a lot of Ohio State haters as well. That's the people you're hearing complain. I'm so sick of it. I mean, we had BCS. It wasn't good enough. 2 teams. How do you know those are the best 2 teams? They don't play everybody. Then we expanded to 4 teams, and we started seeing some blowouts. We started seeing TCU versus Georgia national championship got their nipples completely blown back. We've seen all kinds of crap, and everybody's like, "Oh, the 14 playoff sucks, pure nipples." So let's go to 12. And now everybody's still complaining. They're just absolutely complaining their nipples straight off about how terrible the 12-team playoff is. It's just because your team didn't make it. It's probably Alabama fans, or it's probably Boise State fans, and all these people that are complaining about how the 12-team playoff ended up with Notre Dame and Ohio State. Just quit complaining. My gosh. I mean, if Ohio State got beat last week and it was Penn State, Ohio State, you wouldn't hear me complaining. Sure, I'd be pretty peed off, and I wouldn't even, I probably wouldn't sleep good that night. I'd probably wake up angry. I'd probably be angry the whole week, but I would not come to this podcast and say that the 12-team playoff sucks pure nipples, because it would be Notre Dame's fault that you got eliminated. If you're not in this national championship, it's your own team's dumb idiot fault. It's probably their coach's fault or somebody. Quit blaming the 12-team playoff, because everybody had a chance at the beginning of this year to be playing for a national championship. And Notre Dame and Ohio State are the 2 teams that are, so shut your stupid idiot mouths and just get over it. Anyways, well, thank you for the question, French Farts, and we love you here. That's why you were a fan of the year. Next question is from Rattle Your Cage. It says, besides the Daytona 500 coming up, what other racing are you excited for? My gosh, racing can't get here fast enough. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited about college football, especially because Notre Dame's playing for the national championship, and I love just the way that sounds. I could say that all day. But I am so excited for racing. And I will say that I'm most excited for, right around the corner, we have the 24-hour race at Daytona. And I know what you're thinking. Who watches a race for 24 hours? I don't watch the whole 24 hours, but I do watch a lot of it. And it's not NASCAR. It is IMSA racing. If you don't know IMSA, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's a lot of sports cars and stuff like that race. Awesome racing, and I love watching the 24-hour race at Daytona. And then they also have the MX-5 Cup at Daytona, which are Mazda Miatas racing. I mean, my gosh, I love a Mazda Miata. It's my dream car. And so watching those cars race, they sound like a herd of bumblebees. My gosh, it's just great, but I really cannot wait for NASCAR. That is my favorite. And yeah, the Daytona 500 coming up mid-February. I'm super pumped about it, but thank you for your question. And we'll move on to the last question. If I can get my phone to unlock. My gosh, stupid idiot phone. This is from Splattered Fecal Over Nursing Home Walls. The question is for everyone who's ever won Host of the Year award. Psst. Garbage. I guess this question's for Mike. It says, what would happen if you destroyed a pot of beans, then sewed your doo-doo hole shut? Would your unreleased farts erupt your insides and act as a bomb, or would you just have bad heartburn? So, Mike, go ahead and answer that question.
What a question. I really don't know what would happen. I mean, if there was no way for gas to escape from your doo-doo hole, I really don't know if it would find another exit. I don't know. I would probably Google it. What would happen if your doo-doo hole was sewed up and you had a fart. And I don't know, if sewing up would completely, make it airtight, you probably could still find little crevices in the thread that, you could excrete gas fumes out of. But if it's completely like skin graft closed, like maybe lasered, like melted skin, that really made an airtight seal, I would be worried that it would cause really sudden death. It wouldn't be something I would want to figure out. So hopefully I never get kidnapped and that person decides to sew my butthole shut.
Sounds like something my Grandpa Frank would do. But yeah, that's a pretty weird question, Mike. I'm sorry you had to answer that. Well, I'm not really sorry, because you're nothing but pure trash. And then the question goes on, and my phone, my gosh, unlock, you idiot. Man, I'm swiping up and it won't unlock. There it goes. Let me find the second half to this question. It says also, question for anyone who's not won Host of the Year award. That's you, Sasha. If you had no choice but to either smoke cigarettes or dip chewing backer, which would you choose? I guess I'll let Earl answer this one as well, because he said it's for people that didn't win Host of the Year award, and Earl's nothing but pure garbage. I'm chewing backer. At least it don't stink. You kind of can keep it hidden. You put a big old just slab of it in your lip. And you don't even have to do that. You can be more discreet about it. There's people out there that put way too much in their lip, and it's disgusting. But I know people that dip backer, and really, you wouldn't even know they do it. So, yeah, I would do that, because I could probably get into some of the flavors that they got. But honestly, I don't feel like getting any kind of mouth cancer. So, I'm gonna stay away from both of them. But what about you, Earl?
I'll smoke whatever you give me. I'll dip whatever you give me. I'll drink whatever you give me. There's nothing really that I'm going to hold back on. It's big old chew backer. Just that actually sounds good right now. I mean, I can't work without backer in my mouth. I can't focus. I can't drive. I got to have a big old slab of backer in my mouth. And I like that straight kind. Don't give me none of that berry or apple or none of those fruity flavors. And they're fruity in more than one way, if you catch my drift. But I like that Copenhagen straight or the Skull straight, the Skull extra or whatever. Yeah, Copenhagen's the best though. It puts some chest on your hair and makes you a man. So yeah, but I mean, you get what I'll do is I'll take a big dip of Copenhagen straight. I'll smoke me a Marlboro 100 unfiltered cigs, and I'll just rip them cigs all day. And I'll do that, and I'll have me a glass of Jack, beside me, and I'll do all three of them at the same time. Kind of how I would do all y'all's moms. And, yeah, I mean, cause you only live once.
Yeah, you do only live once, and you're probably gonna barely make it to 35. My goodness, what an idiot. I can't believe you do all that crap. Nothing but pure garbage. But anyways, there is all your questions. And now we're gonna move on to picking the national championship game. All right, guys. National championship. Notre Dame versus Ohio State. Does it shock me that these are the two teams playing? Absolutely not. I knew my precious Notre Dame would end up making it. Definitely when I saw that Riley Leonard was going to be our quarterback, I knew then. And if you don't think so, I posted a video on YouTube that said National Championship loading. And it was pictures of Riley Leonard. And this was before the season even really started. So I called it early because I had faith in my team that we would get it done. And here we are about to play for the National Championship. So everybody knows who I'm picking in this game. I got Notre Dame, and I think they're going to win by 10 points.
I like your confidence, Sasha. I really do. I can respect it. But yeah, the way Ohio State is playing football right now, I don't think there's anybody in the nation that could beat them. I think Oregon could play them 5 more times. They wouldn't beat them. I think Notre Dame could play them 5 times, and they're not going to beat them any of the 5. I know you hate to hear that. I would almost say the opposite. I think Ohio State wins this game by 10 points.
Well, if they do, I'm going to punch you right in your stupid idiot face. I hope you know that. Next, when we come in to do the recap of the national championship, if Ohio State wins this game by 10 points, I'm punching you directly in your face. So just keep that in mind.
Well, keep this in mind because you'd probably lose most of your fans because if you remember right, they voted me host of the year.
Yeah, because they're idiots. My gosh, I'm telling you, the numbers were fudged somehow. I don't know how you did it. I don't know who you paid to do it. But I'm telling you, you did not win that fair and square. I know you did it. So, yeah, you can go ahead and take your dumb award and you can flaunt it all around, but you wouldn't be crap without this show. You wouldn't be crap without me. So, I suggest you just need to keep your mouth shut before you have to look for a different podcast to be on.
A new podcast sounds pretty great right now. I would probably take that.
You don't mean that. You don't mean, you need me, Mike.
I don't need anything down here. I'm telling you, if another podcast called me up right now, I would take it. I'm tired of dealing with you, Sasha. I'm tired of all the crap that you give me. All I do is sit here and try to bring, a little bit of my knowledge to the fans.
Little bit.
And talk some football. And you can't let stuff go. You always gotta argue about everything.
My goodness. Spit it out, Mike. If you're going to be a man, how about you just step up and tell it to my face?
I will stand up and tell it to your face, Sasha. I will, because I'm not afraid of you. And this podcast just, it sucks because of you. Yeah, I said it. Because the fans voted me as host of the year. They don't care about the stupid arguments you want to cause and all the making fun of Earl and me. They don't care about all that stuff. They listen to it because they care about football. And you can't even stick to that. You got to throw everybody else's personal lives in here. And you got to start all this crap with everybody. I don't understand it. I tell you what. You just wrap up this podcast and you and Earl can have it. I don't even care. I tell you what. Just have a good time. Because I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, you walk out of here. You won't be back. You piece of garbage. Yeah, just keep walking then, Mike. Psst.
That was heavy. The tension in here is pretty strong. I'm not good in moments like this. I'm really not. But I'm going to pick Notre Dame to win the national championship. I know Sasha wants to hear that, and they seem to win every time I pick them, so I'm going to pick them for you, Sasha. And it should be a great game. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we get Mike back on the show because I'm already starting to miss him a little bit.
Mike, don't cry, Earl. My gosh, man. Earl, all right, I'll call Mike. We'll fix this problem. I'm so sorry that this got out of hand, like it has many times on this podcast. I feel like that's what, I feel like people, enjoy that part of the podcast because, we're passionate about, about football and our opinions, and sometimes things get heated. And so, to assure the fans, I will contact Mike, and hopefully he will be on this episode next week when we recap the national championship. So just a reminder, I'm picking Notre Dame. Mike picked Ohio State. Earl picked Notre Dame, and we're all hoping for a good game. But yeah, sorry about all the craziness. We will try to make it up to you guys next week, and I really do apologize. I can't help that Mike is nothing but pure garbage, and Earl's pretty much trash as well, and it's always their fault. I know people's gonna be like, oh, you never take the blame for anything, but it's never my fault, to be honest. And yeah, so we'll do what we can to get Mike back on the show. But hey, I appreciate you guys, and hope you have a great time watching the national championship. And we'll catch you guys after the national championship sometime next week. So appreciate it.